Hello, dear students. I, Mrs. Rajashree Naik, welcomes you again in our BYK Expert Lecture Series 2020-21. In the last online video lecture, we have gone through Model Question Paper with Answer Part 1. In that, we studied question number 1, A, B, C, and D, and question number 2A and B. Also, we studied about unit-wise distribution of marks, question-wise distribution of marks, and annual evaluation pattern. And now, in this video lecture, we will going to study the remaining questions with sample answer, means model question paper with answers part 2, and some important points to achieve 100% success. Let us begin with our lecture now. So, in today's lecture, we are going to cover following points. Model question paper with answers part 2 and important points to remember for getting 100% success. Let us start with question number 3 onwards. Question number 3, answer the following questions. Any 3, 12 marks, 4 marks for each correct answer. See the first question. Explain any 4 features of microeconomics. Now, see the points of the answer. Explanation of features of microeconomics, in that meaning of microeconomics, study of individual units, price theory, partial equilibrium, based on certain assumptions, slicing method, use of marginalism principle, analysis of market structure, and limited scope. Any 4 features are expected here. I have given here headings of each feature, and you have to explain any 4 of them. And most important, you have to write the meaning of microeconomics first and then explain its features. Now see the second question. Explain the types of elasticity of demand. The question is about types of elasticity of demand. Now see the points of the answer. Explanation of types of elasticity of demand. Here, meaning of elasticity of demand. Then types, income elasticity, cross elasticity, and price elasticity. Many students get confused between types of elasticity of demand and types of price elasticity of demand. So, always read the question very carefully. Now see the third question. Explain the concept of total cost and total revenue. Now see the points. Explanation of concept of total cost and total revenue. Here, meaning of total cost. Then explanation of total fixed cost, means TFC. Then meaning of total variable cost, means TVC. And then meaning of total revenue, means TR, with example. You know that total cost is sum of total fixed cost and total variable cost at various levels of output. So, you have to explain the meaning of total fixed cost and total variable cost, and then explain what you mean by total revenue with example. See the next question. Calculate the price index number from the given data. See the schedule. The schedule is about commodities, prices in 2015 in rupees and prices in 2019 in rupees. Commodities A, B, C, D and E. Prices in 2015, 50, 60, 80, 20 and 100. Prices in 2019, 60, 80, 100, 40 and 120. Here, 4 marks for calculation of price index number. First, copy the table and write the summation values of respective columns. Write the formula for calculating price index. Put the values and then you will get the answer. See the next question. Explain the functions of commercial bank. Now see the points of the answer. Explanation of functions of commercial bank. Here, first of all, you have to mention definition of commercial bank. Then acceptance of deposits, in that demand deposits and time deposits. The next function, providing loans and advances. Then ancillary functions and credit creation. Now let us see next question. Question number 4. State with reasons whether you agree or disagree with the following statements. Any 3, 12 marks. Here 4 marks for each correct answer, 1 mark for writing agree or disagree, and 3 marks for correct reasons. In this question, it is very important that do not write true or false words instead of agree or disagree. In this question, it is very important that do not write true or false words instead of agree or disagree. 80% students make the same mistake. They write the answer like the statement is true or the statement is false. So avoid this mistake. Use proper words which is already given in title of the question. So write the answers in a proper manner like I agree with the above statement or I disagree with the above statement. And then why do you agree with the statement? Give the reason. Or why do you disagree with the statement? Give the reason. Now see the first statement. There are no exceptions to law of DMU. Now what is the correct answer? Disagree. And how to write the answer? I disagree with the above statement. Now you had explained the exceptions. See the headings. Hobbies, miser, addictions, power and money. Means here you had to explain each and every exception in detail. Now next statement. The supply curve of labor is backward bending. Now what is the correct answer here? Agree. And how to write the answer? I agree with the above statement. Now see the points here. You have to explain the supply of labor as an exception of the law of supply. Then explanation of schedule. Explanation of backward bending curve diagram. You have to explain the supply of labor as an exception of law of supply. Means explain how the supply of labor is an exception of law of supply. And then draw the schedule and explain the same. The schedule is about wage rate per hour in rupees, hours of work per day and total amount of wages. And then draw the backward bending supply curve and explain it too. Now, next statement. A seller is a price taker in monopoly market. Now, what is the correct answer? Yes, disagree. How to write the answer? I disagree with the above statement. Here, I am giving the sample answer of this question. See the reasons. First reason, monopoly is a type of imperfect market structure in which there is only one seller who controls the entire market supply or a product which has no close substitute. Second reason, the product that is sold by the seller in a monopoly is unique to him. Third, in other words, there is no close substitute available for that product in the market. So, buyers have no choice They have to either buy the product from the monopolist or go without it. Fifth reason, therefore, the seller is in a position to fix the price that he wants. Sixth reason, in fact, he may charge different prices from different customers for the same product. 7. Thus, a seller is a price maker in monopoly. Now, see the next statement. There is no significance of index numbers in economics. What is the correct answer here? Disagree. How to write the answer? I disagree with the above statement. Then give the reasons about how index numbers are important in economics, or explain the points which shows significance of index numbers in economics. Now see the points here. Framing suitable policies, studies trends and tendencies, forecasting about future economic activity, measurement of inflation, useful to present financial data in real terms. Now, see the next statement. Trade is an engine of growth for an economy. Now, what is the correct answer? Yes, agree. Yes, trade is an engine of growth for an economy. How to write the answer? I agree with the above statement. Here you have to explain the reasons. For that, it is said that trade is an engine of growth of an economy. In other words, we can say that here you have to explain role of foreign trade. Now see the points. To earn foreign exchange, encourages investment, division of labor and specialization, optimum allocation and utilization of resources, stability in price level, availability of multiple choices, brings reputation and helps earn goodwill. See, total 7 points are there. And this question carries 4 marks. Okay. Out of 4, 1 mark is for writing I agree with the above statement. And 3 marks for explanation. So, for 3 marks, explain these 7 points in 1 or 2 lines only. Explain each point only in 1 or 2 lines. And suppose if the same question will be asked for 8 marks, then explain each and every point in detail. Okay, now next question, question number 5. Study the following table, figure, passage and answer the questions given below it. Any 2, 8 marks, 4 marks for each correct answer. Now see the question. Question number 1. In the following diagram, AE is the linear demand curve of a commodity. On the basis of the given diagrams, state whether the following statements are true or false and give reasons to your answer. Okay, see the diagram very carefully. And now see the statements. You have to mention here whether the statements are true or false with reasons. Number 1, demand at point C is relatively elastic demand. Second statement, demand at point B is unitary elastic demand. Third one, demand at point D is perfectly inelastic demand. And fourth statement, demand at point A is perfectly elastic demand. Okay, here also I have given a sample answer. Now see the answer. In case of point method or geometric method, ED is equal to lower segment of demand curve below a given point upon upper segment of demand curve above given point. Now the first statement, demand at point C is relatively elastic demand. The statement is false. What is the correct answer or correct statement? Demand at point C is relatively inelastic demand. Reason, the length of the lower segment is less as compared to the upper segment at point C. Therefore, ED is smaller than 1. Thus, at point C, demand is relatively inelastic. Second statement, demand at point B is unitary elastic demand. Answer, false. Correct statement, demand at point B is relatively elastic demand. Reason, the length of the lower segment is more as compared to the upper segment at point B. Therefore, ED is greater than 1. Thus, at point B, demand is relatively elastic. Third statement, demand at point D is perfectly inelastic demand. Answer, false. Correct statement, demand at point C is unitary elastic demand. Reason, the length of the lower segment is equal to the upper segment at point D, and therefore ED is equal to 1. Thus, at point D, demand is unitary elastic. Fourth statement, demand at point A is perfectly elastic demand. Answer, true. Reason, the length of the upper segment is 0 at point A. Therefore, ED is equal to infinite. Thus, at point A, demand is perfectly elastic. Now, next question. Question number 2. Observe the table and answer the question. See the table. Price of commodity in rupees, market demand in kgs, market supply in kgs, and relation between demand and supply, DD and S. So price of commodity rupees 54321. Market demand in kgs 1000, then 2000. I have given here blank boxes. Blank box 4000, again blank box. Then market supply in kgs 5000, blank box 3000, blank box, and 1000. Now relation between DD and SS means demand and supply. Here demand is smaller than supply. Second stage, demand is smaller than supply. Third, demand is exactly equal to supply. Then demand is greater than supply, and again demand is greater than supply. Here in this table, you can observe inverse relationship between price and demand and direct relation between price and supply. Okay, for this, see the column, price and market demand and price and market supply. So price and market demand, you can observe here inverse relation, and price and market supply, you can observe here direct relation. Okay, now see the questions. Fill in the blanks in the above schedule for 2 marks, okay, and derive the equilibrium price from the above schedule with the help of a suitable diagram. For this again 2 marks. Now answer, fill in the blank boxes in the given schedule. Okay, these are the hint for you. These are the points. And second, derive the equilibrium price and draw the suitable diagram. Now, third question, read the following passage and answer the questions given below. Now, see the passage. The history of capital market in India dates back to the 18th century, when securities of the East India Company were traded in the country. The trading was unorganized until the end of the 19th century, and the main trading centers were Mumbai and Kolkata. The Bombay Stock Exchange was set up in 1875 and is one of the oldest stock exchanges in India. Before independence, Indian capital market was not well organized and developed. It mainly consisted to the gilt age market for government and semi-government securities. The growth of industrial securities market was not much impressive. After 1985, there has been significant growth in the market due to favorable government policies. There was qualitative development in the Indian capital market after 1991. Now see the questions. Each question carried 1 mark. How old is the capital market in India? State the nature and location of capital market trading till 19th century. When did the qualitative development in Indian capital market start? And write about Indian capital market prior to independence. Now the hint for you, read the passage very carefully and answer the questions. Now question number 6. Answer in detail. Any to 16 marks. 8 marks for each correct answer. First question. State and explain the law of demand with exceptions. Okay. Now see the points. Answer law of demand and see the steps which you have to follow while writing the answer. First, introduction, then statement, schedule, diagram, explanation, assumptions only, headings. Because actually in this question, now here you have to mention the headings of the assumptions. Here 5 marks are there for introduction, statement, schedule, diagram, explanation of both and headings of assumption. Actually in this question, assumptions are not asked, but still compulsorily you have to mention the assumptions because law of demand is based on assumptions only, or we can say that assumptions are integral part of law of demand. So give only headings of assumptions and then explain the exceptions in detail. For exceptions, 3 marks are there. And if there will be a question like explain the law of demand with assumptions, then explain the assumptions in detail and give only the headings of exceptions. So the same principle is applicable for law of supply and law of DMU too. Now see the second question. Explain the practical difficulties involved in the measurement of national income. Okay. Now see the points of answer here. Answer national income. National income, you have to mention the meaning or definition. Then practical difficulties, see the headings. Problem of double counting, existence of non-monetized sector, inadequate and unreliable data, depreciation, capital gains or losses, illiteracy and ignorance, difficulties in the classification of working population and valuation of inventories. Now question number 3. Explain various reasons for the growth of public expenditure. Now see the points here. You have to mention first meaning of public expenditure, 1 mark, and reasons for growth in public expenditure. So see the headings. Increase in the activities of the government, then rapid increase in population, growing urbanization, increasing in defense expenditure, spread of democracy, inflation, industrial development and disaster management. And now let us see one more important part of today's lecture. That important points to remember for 100% success. First point, first read the question paper well. Second point, use the first 10 minutes effectively. Third one, don't worry about the tough questions. Fourth one, prioritize your attempt. Then ensure speed and accuracy. Keep an eye on your watch. Avoid thinking too much about particular question. Revise your answers. Select your options wisely. Use easy language. Your answer sheet must be neat and clean. And check your answer sheet very carefully. That's it. Hope that you all must have got a clear and precise idea about the question and answers which are discussed today and important points as well. So may success be with you always. All the best and have a great time and stay safe. Thank you.